You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Bachelorette After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Bachelorette After Show.
But not just yet. What's up, everybody? With 27 million weekly downloads, or 27 million? Is that what we're at?
27 million.
Good Lord. Listen to in over 100 countries. Amen. We're your one-stop.
Adios mio.
Adios mio. Welcome to The Bachelor. You know, I'm at home practicing that every Sunday for tonight. You know, just that intro.
Do you?
I do.
Wait, go for start from the top. We won't interrupt you, and go for it. Full on JC.
It's okay. Really?
Yeah, please.
With 27 million weekly downloads listened to in over 100 different countries, we're your one-stop, one destination for true after-show entertainment, everybody. What's up?
You sounded like the old,
True after-show.
the old commercial breaks that we used to have.
Well, it fits with your Western shirt. It works.
I'm feeling Chris the Farmer. I'm still the love fest of Chris.
Is that in honor of Chris?
Of course.
What a nice guy.
I want him to be the Bachelor. I want him to be the Bachelor. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. I
think he will.
What was it? Karina wants him to be the Bachelor. Oh, does not want him to.
Ketra.
Ketra does not want him to be the Bachelor.
No.
I've never heard of that name before.
Ketra?
I think it's an old wooden ship. I've never heard of Ketra before.
All right.
I think they got it right out of the baby name book.
Right out of the baby name book. It's all right, eh?
You know, we haven't even
she's Canadian.
Introduced everyone. Should we just, okay, plant or not, before we do intros, was that a plant?
Oh, totally.
No, it was a human. Sorry.
Hi, we apologize for those jokes. Go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with the lovely lady to my right.
Hi, I'm Cathy Kelley. Giggly mood tonight.
And performing in the Cabana Room, we have...
Hello, my name is Daniella McBride. Wait, what is that from, never mind.
Princess Bride, Danny Hoyt, everybody.
Danny Hoyt.
And of course, the man with no name. We call him the Bengineer. What's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy?
Hi, I'm pretty good. How are you?
I like that, the Bengineer.
As you can tell, we're kind of off the rails already because it's late night at AfterBuzz, but we got some Bachelorette to talk about. And let me start off with what you guys were going at each other one at a time right now here. What's with the twang?
It's the shirt.
It's the shirt. Was she a plant? Petra.
Totally.
Ketra. Petra was a band.
And Petra's a Petra Nemkova, supermodel.
But it's Ketra.
Ketra, okay.
Ketra, Ketra, Kinjara, whatever her name is. I don't know. You know what? I don't think it was a plant. I think she showed up that night and really wanted it and like vocalized it, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna let it happen." I don't think they brought her in and cast her.
I don't think that they cast her. I think that they were like, "So which of you ladies loves Chris?"
And she went nuts.
Who would want to go on a date with Chris? And like, no, I think that her family was like, "She does." And then they made her do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what happened.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, and then they followed.
I think that it was.
This would be funny.
I think that it was planned so that they make Chris look better for when they eventually say that he's the Bachelor.
Oh, so it's done. Done deal.
Yes, it seems done. I mean, who else would they pick? Markel
Josh?
He can't.
What about Josh,
if he
doesn't?
I said that last week too.
We'll get into him. Yeah. So let's dive into it because it seemed like they kind of stretched out this episode. We had all the, it took 30 minutes to finally talk to the Bachelor, the contestants. But of course, we open with our Bachelor alums of JP and Ashley and Baby Harrison.
They look so happy together. I love it. It makes me happy.
I wasn't cheering for this segment.
Really?
I really wasn't. I want to get to the nitty gritty. Maybe it's just, I'm just being honest. I am just dying for Bachelor in Paradise. I really am. I know we still got another week. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, and we'll get into that in our predictions, but I just want to get there. So I just wanted to get through this segment, but I was actually touched at the very end when we had JP's his emotion when he found out that it was going to be a boy.
Yeah.
And okay, and I was like, we've invested in these people. Kathy, you disagree or agree?
It was awkward to have an ultrasound on the television.
I think it was kind of cool that they like just cut open her 4th of July dress and just like did it right there. I think it was kind of interesting.
So Didn't they already know the sex of the baby, though?
I'm sure they did.
I had heard something about that. Yeah.
But still, like, even then, I don't know. It's a cool moment. You're with your Bachelor family.
When was this shot? Do we know by chance?
A week ago, 2 weeks ago.
It was a little over a week ago because I remember seeing the Snapchats from friends that were there that night. They filmed it. I remember seeing them. So it was...
Guys?
Nope.
That are on the show?
One girl that was on the show.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
It doesn't matter. Anyways, I just remember seeing that night from like literally like when it was happening.
Yeah.
It was I can't remember the exact date. I should have wrote it down.
Okay, so just like that segment, see, we're kind of already
But it wasn't on July 4th.
Okay.
If you're wondering, because of her 4th of July dress.
All right. So
it was the weekend after.
All right. let's move on because I can't wait till August 4th. I'm actually gonna just like maybe be in a coma till August 4th, and
I feel like we should have a theme since it's Bachelor in Paradise. We should wear all like tropical colored clothes and such.
Yes.
Yeah. You can like
Every
go
week.
to Tommy Bahama and
Yes, Tommy Bahama, or maybe just like the cheap ones that are on sale at Goodwill.
Yeah, well, we're Bermuda shorts. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bermuda, Bahama. Let's open with that song for Bachelor in Paradise.
Well said. See, now the fans know.
Come on,
now we
Pretty
can't
Mama.
surprise them because every week people are dying to know what our opening theme is going to be.
That's true.
All right, so let's move on. Speaking of Bachelor in Paradise, Kathy's just like, what's happening?
I'm so excited. All I'm thinking about is Bachelor in Paradise. Okay, let's focus on tonight.
Kathy, help
how
us.
much coffee was...
Consumed?
Yes.
In the process of driving here, I consumed 2 cups of coffee.
That explains a lot.
Kathy's reining us. She's reining us in. All right. So thoughts on Bachelor in Paradise? Anything else we learned? Any hook? Is someone going to pair up? What do you guys think? I'm just doing predictions.
Markel is ready to make out.
Markel's ready to mingle. You don't call him mingling Markel.
Well, he's like, I did not kiss anyone on TV yet. I need to do that.
Yeah.
Check it off his bucket list.
Ooh, wow. But he's such a genuine and down-to-earth
He
guy.
just added it to his bucket list like a month ago, and he wants to check it off.
Do you think... Because let's go back a few seasons with Bachelor Pad.
All right.
And Chris B. He was, with Emily's season, and he left, and he was a, pretty solid guy. He was a little emotional, but when he got into Bachelor Pad, he became like a lightning rod. Do you think maybe Markel could be something like that? Because he's such a sweet guy.
He's a respectful, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who would be the lightning rod.
I think Chris B.
Who have they not showed much of that's there? Like a Zach Coulter? You know what I mean? Like, who have they not really shown in the promos that's there?
I was going to say, if Nick was there, he would be the...
No.
Yeah.
Or why isn't Drunk Craig in Bachelor in Paradise? Why is Drunk Craig not on this show?
Do you think that he could find love legitimately on...
No, but he'd find the alcohol and make the show awesome. That's what he'd find.
Absolutely.
Gosh.
Maybe. Okay, so basically Bachelor in Paradise is what? Temptation Island meets Paradise Hotel meets... Bachelor people.
Beach Bachelor people, yeah.
Yeah, so are we going to see...
Mexico.
Are we
I feel like they
showmances?
had a very similar show to this on air where it was, they had singles and it would be like girls and guys. Oh, God, what
Paradise Hotel.
Was it Paradise?
Yeah, it was on Fox reality.
No,
and then
no.
there was...
It's the one where two couples every season got married.
All I can think
We
of
did an after show for it. It was like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I remember.
Yes, I know. It was on NBC, actually.
Yes.
Yes, you're right.
It had a really good success rate for marriages.
Are we on? I forgot to say hi. Hey, what's going on, AfterBuzz TV Nation? Thank you for watching us because we're a little wacky tonight, so you're going to get some good moments, I think. But you're going to get some moments. But if you're not watching us live on YouTube
You're
and iTunes,
still going to get those moments.
but just not live.
Via your earlobes.
Yes. So is chat roll up, Kathy, by chance?
Pulling it up.
Love in the Wild.
Ooh, I'm going to be Kathy.
Love in the Wild. Love in the Wild. That is exactly what it is. It's the same thing where you have guys and girls and they eliminate if you're not feeling someone, you can either, I don't know. You couple up and it's in a tropical location.
Danny, will you break down like the rules of Bachelor in Paradise for us?
All right, so from what I understand, it starts with an odd number. It starts off with an odd number of guys and girls. There's 2 more guys than girls is how it starts. And as it goes on, more girls and more guys show up. Your job is to pair up with someone. You are basically like committing that week.
You have to fall in love.
Well, not necessarily fall in love, but you have to like
pair off.
Basically, like you like designate and like that is your person, and you give them your rose. You pair off. The people left out go home, and then 2 more people show up, and it alternates sexes from what I understand.
It's love in the wild.
It's basically, but with people that we know and love and want to see. And then throwing people like a Markel shows up, and then like Daniela shows up, and you know what I mean? Like it continues like that. So
and Marcus and
I knew people in Love in the Wild.
From week to week, no, not we. I mean we as in Bachelor Nation.
I know.
But from week to week, then to see if like if Michelle money, if you're still interested in Michelle, and if she's still the girl you want the next week, or if someone else shows up that's more attractive or intriguing.
So that's why we saw during the promo, he's like, "Hey, he stole my girl."
Yeah.
And it could be you aren't actually attracted to that person, but
you just want to go out in the ocean and get naked.
How do we avoid a showmance then?
Well, how many times they show people in the ocean, by the way? Well, I feel like everybody was just, that's where you take somebody is in the ocean.
I think that since it doesn't sound like there's money involved.
Okay.
Michelle money. Sorry, it was there. I was there.
You took it.
Since there isn't dollar bills involved, there could be. As Chris Harrison alluded to tonight, there will be stripping.
Bills,
but since there isn't a prize involved, I think that there will be less showmances, and it's more just trying to. I don't know why they would want to stay on as long as possible if they aren't there for love.
Do we know there's not a prize? Do we know for sure?
We do not know.
No.
There could be. There's got to be an incentive.
Yeah.
He and Chris keeps saying that it's going to be crazy. That this thing is.
Yeah.
And you see the promos, and you look at Chris. He seems so. He's always cool as a cucumber, but he's just so relaxed. I think he's so into. I think we're really going to be blown away by the show. I really do.
I feel like there's going to be twists and turns that we don't know. Like I feel like what we know is just the surface, and there's going to be a lot more that we don't know that makes it, because he's like almost giddy about it.
Yeah,
which is cool. It's making me giddy about it. So he's doing his job.
So who do we think anyone finds love?
Yeah,
legit love.
That many couples. Okay, so granted, it is only a month time span. So I don't know, but if you're in the same, like you're literally living with that person for a month, so it does progress a lot faster than it would in the outside world when you maybe go on 1 to 2 dates a week if you really like the person.
Yeah.
But I would say that with the number of people there, and since they are all attractive, I would say at least 1 to 2 couples come out of this. I don't know about a marriage, but I would say that long-term couples do form.
Maybe even
because we've had that on Bachelor Pad twice.
Yeah, I'm like racking my brain.
Bachelor Pad has a better success rate than Bachelor.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm racking my brain, and I'm trying to think who, I think Markel and Marcus.
Not would become a couple.
No, but I think
Bromance.
No, but I think
it
could happen, I guess.
And maybe I'm just so warped by this season, but Marcus was always so ready to open up.
Yeah.
It could go 1 to 2 ways.
He seemed really hurt tonight, though.
Yeah, so he's either going to be really hurt or really, really open.
Head over heels for something.
Yes, one of the two is going to happen, I think.
I was going to say, since he seemed hurt tonight, I don't know that he's going to have something. Just because, I don't know, you don't get hurt over an ex if you already have someone else.
Yeah.
True. That's very true.
And they taped this Mentel after Bachelor in Paradise was already wrapped taping.
So then, I guess, and then I think he'll be the heartbreaker.
Spoiler alert.
No, because he was emotional still. So.
No, I'm saying that's good detective work, though.
Yeah, good catch, Cathy.
I don't know.
Yeah. So let's actually get into this season and The Bachelors. It took 29 minutes, and it took us just as long almost. All right, so any thoughts about the guys in the scarves?
I'm so glad that they did that, because it was atrocious this entire season, and to make fun of it was perfect.
I think they listened to the fans, because it got a lot of social media attention. Like people tweeted about it, and so it was kind of. What I more noticed was 3 guys in red pants.
That was the other thing I wrote down.
They took that
Why?
from Jeff Holm. They took that from Jeff Holm.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to Jeff Holm.
and Jeff rocks it.
Coordinate.
Shout out to you, Jeff. We miss you, buddy.
Coordinate with your friends what you're gonna wear. That's what girls do.
Do you think they all showed up and they're like, it was Mark? No, it was JJ,
Markel,
and Nick
Nick
S, the golfer.
And Nick looked a little different. He looked like, to me, and this is with love, he looks like a Chmerkovsky brother. He got the beard. He looked like one of the...
Yeah,
He did.
and he did the black shoes, no socks,
He's got
pants, black shirt. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Markel's was the best. For the record, Markel's was the best.
he said something. The golfer said...
His name's Nick S.
Nick S. said, he was like, well, you know, you get on the show and you think you're a good-looking guy and you have your body and,
Yeah.
you know, whatever else, and then you get on the show and everyone's like an Adonis.
That's interesting that you picked that up, because I'm sure, you know, women have talked about that, you know, because women, it's that inner speak between women, how it's kind of competitive. And
Yeah.
now to see guys talking about that,
Yeah.
it's fascinating, I
Yeah.
think. So, but what do we think? Because I know we've been joking around now, but now comes the heavy stuff where we talk about, you know, Andrew and the whole fiasco between
away.
JJ and Markel.
Yeah.
And once again, the aplomb, just the thoughtfulness, the way that Markel handles this. Every situation.
So amazing. And, I mean, he should be the one being defensive,
Yep.
which he was not at all. He spoke, he, you know, said his piece, and then he allowed Andrew to get his side out. I don't think he was ever attacking anyone, and that was just the perfect way to address it.
I was a little surprised that JJ got attacked. I mean, granted, I agree with what Chris said about JJ. Like, look, why'd you wait? And I can't remember who it says that he played it like a politician. They said, well, you went around and told this person, this person, this person, instead of going to the source right away, in both situations, about the text message with Andrew and then about this racist comment, potential, you know, racist comment. I agree with what they're saying, but I guess I was a little surprised that the heat, like, it shifted on JJ.
It wasn't on Andrew at all,
It wasn't on
seemed
Andrew.
like.
And Andrew didn't really... I don't know, he didn't convince me. I remember the night that
Yeah.
aired, after JJ was gone, JJ tweeted a picture and said, here's proof. It was a still shot of the clip they showed where Andrew's leaning over, like, not like this, but like whispering something to JJ. My thing is, if you have video of it, if The Bachelor has video of it, how do you not have audio?
It's because they can't mic 26 guys, or whatever it was, 16 guys. They can't mic that many people.
Right, but there are mics in the room, and I feel
know,
like...
but if you have, I don't know, it's...
I'm just going to put
You
this in. Let
can't
me
do
just
it.
say this. Let's say he made a death threat to someone, and it was like a legal investigation. There's ways you can isolate audio and fit. Like,
I
if it
think
was a
that
death,
also...
you know what I mean?
No. I think that
kinda
The
wanna know.
Bachelor doesn't want to ruin someone's life.
True. Even more than... And he did say it's
And
affecting
he said
his life
it's
and his
affecting...
job.
I'm sure it's affecting his
Oh, yeah.
career and everything else. I'm sure he has people... He's probably gotten death threats on Twitter. Like, it's a... I mean, it's not a normal thing, but I'm sure that he has gotten, like, a lot of flack from it. I don't think that the way that he approached it tonight was that great.
Agreed.
He seemed very defensive when I think that Markel should have been the one that was defensive, if anyone, as opposed to being like, well, it's affecting me, it's affecting me, it's affecting me. It's saying just the simple, like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you and that you've had to deal with this probably your entire life. Like, I did not say that. And I do want to be your friend.
Well,
that's the way to
He
react.
did say that at the very
But
end.
it was the way that he said it.
Let me piggyback on this because I want to put myself in Andrew's shoes for a second. I'm the guy that's getting accused of this. And if I really didn't say it, here's what I do. As soon as Chris brings it up, I say, Chris, I'd like to say something first. I would have walked in front of the guys, specifically in front of Markel, and I would have stood there and, you know, hands crossed in front of me, in a very respectful stance, and I said, listen, I know this was an accusation that came upon me, but I promise on everything, on my life, that is not something I think I've ever thought, and especially never said. I would have looked them all in the eyes down the row, and then I would have ended with Markel and said, I want you to know I'm sincerely sorry that this even came up, but I promise on everything, as a man of my word,
I agree.
This is what
I
I
would have owned it on the offensive.
This is what I had a problem with. Even though he may have said the things that I said, he called Markel Ron.
That was
Are you
terrible.
kidding me?
What an idiot.
How does that
Like,
happen?
that was terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that just shows his lack of, like, it wasn't on his mind.
You're
Obviously, he
living
didn't
with this
care.
person, even if it's just you meet them for, you know,
like,
30 minutes, but you're living with this person for multiple days and you don't know their name.
And if it's affecting his life, which means it's been talked about, people said, well, you call Markel this, Markel this. Markel's the name you're hearing, not Ron.
I mean, granted, he could have been caught up in the moment and not sure what to say because he doesn't want to say the wrong thing because it is a very sensitive subject, but that was just awful.
I don't know. I knowing myself wouldn't have handled it as well as Markel. I have a lot of respect for Markel, and I'm a little surprised that the shift, the narrative, like changed to JJ.
I also want to know if
there's a reason why, though. Sorry, Cathy.
Yeah.
It was more than once that JJ stirred the pot this season.
Yeah.
And I think that could have something to do with it. And also,
so either he's a gossiper or he's non-confrontational, which neither are good qualities, but
yeah. I think it's probably a little bit of both.
I think
Chris
that he realizes now what happened.
And Brian brought up a good point too. Brian said, if you really were sincerely sorry, you wouldn't have said, I really don't care what you guys think. I think that was a good point, actually. It was like one of the few things Brian said that I was like, that's actually a really solid point.
And Chris said that as well.
Said it too.
And did you guys think it was Chris laying into JJ a bit much, or was he justified in doing what he did?
It was clear that JJ was near tears, so he was clearly upset about it. I don't think that they needed to continue with it.
I imagine, you know, and we all know they taped this for hours, and I'm sure they cut some parts up, you know, and this is what we ended up seeing. So I wonder what else was there, because we had an AfterBuzzer there. So
Kendra Cavasel was in the front freaking row. Got herself a front row ticket. I did want to mention before. I want to know if, since Andrew said that he genuinely does want to be friends with Markel, if he reached out to Markel since that taping.
Reached out literally? Because he said he even wanted to shake his hand that night. I want to know, like, how it wrapped that night, even. You know what I mean?
I want to know afterwards.
Both. I'm saying I even want to know how the night ended. Did Andrew even approach Markel in person and be like, because he said, I want to shake your hand the end of tonight. Usually
what happens with the tapings is that all of the guys, or if it's a women tell all of the guys who are there go out afterwards to a bar, and a lot of Bachelor Nation, or, you know, people who were in past seasons who live in LA still go as well. So seeing that interaction, or, you know, they still had to hang out without cameras there.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to know. You know, we may in future episodes of Bachelor in Paradise and people that were there be able to get a little more info on that. So maybe we can revisit this later.
Quite a tease, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, what I was going to say, piggybacking with what you guys said, Andrew, that would have been the perfect move. Just contact Markel outside of the show and just address it. And Markel could have brought it up, you know, but that didn't happen.
Well, that's a good point. Let's say he did that, and Markel starts it right after Chris brings it up. Markel says, you know, Andrew actually called me and owned it, and, you know, said he didn't say it, but he called me anyways to apologize. Squash the whole thing right there. Would have showed very good on Andrew and showed good on Markel, and then we move on to something else.
Yeah.
That's a great point, JC.
My first one this season. So let's
stop.
All right. It's late, so we got to move on to Marcus. Sorry, I was going to say Markel.
Well, Markel on the hot seat.
Oh, that's right.
Cookie Monster himself.
I love that he had like a cookie on his jacket.
He had a cookie brooch.
Product line?
Hey.
You never know.
I think people are on the fence. You either love it or you hate it. I thought it was funny and it showed more of his personality.
Oh, no,
the fact that he gave cookies to everyone, I wish I was there. I want a cookie so badly right now.
I don't know what the cookies are. What do you think they were? I'm going with...
I'm going to ask Kendra, our AfterBuzzer that was there.
I'm going with white chocolate macadamia nut. It's my favorite cookie.
Good to know.
Fun fact about Danny that no one...
That's just my guess. I asked you guys. I asked you, and neither of you answered. I just gave mine. What cookie do you think it was?
I think, because we are devoting way too much time. I'm going to go macadamia nut.
That's what I just said.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. What do you think it was?
What?
What kind of cookie was it
that he gave out?
Yeah.
Just a chocolate chip.
Boo, boring.
Or those black and white cookies from New York that he gave to Andi. No, he gave those to Andi. That was the one that he, like, literally the first night, he had this whole plate of cookies. Yeah. He dug under all the cookies to give her one of those. Those are delicious.
They showed it in the highlights. But I bet you're right. That's probably what it was.
Well, he was assertive.
Or it was an assortment.
There, boom. So he was quite adamant about passing out cookies, but he wasn't as adamant about kissing Andi. And was that his downfall?
Yeah.
Because they brought it up on the show. I mean,
I get that. I feel like you want to be friends with someone before, I don't know, or not before it gets romantic, but like at the same time, you want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe there just wasn't that connection there.
I can't fault
It's
him
hard
for
though
that.
because he probably
felt it
didn't
more.
realize he did feel it more, but that's a product of his environment. That I mean, like you're told that you have to fall in love with this girl, and she gets her choice of 25 guys of who she gets to fall in love with. I feel like he was taking it on the same pace as you would outside of a reality dating show, and the other guys were taking it as, okay, well, I don't know how long I'm going to be here, so I should probably kiss her as soon as possible.
and that was adorable. I was like, I wish I would have known, y'all.
Yeah. Because that's what The Bachelorette is filmed over, 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
So you really, I mean, in real life, when you get engaged, it could be anywhere between like a year and 4 years. And here it's 2 months, so everything is expedited.
So lesson learned. So do you think Markel's going to take this into Bachelor in Paradise?
Yeah, they teased it.
He's going to be
Absolutely.
working. Yeah, that's right. You love that tease. The commercial.
Yeah.
Danny looks at me like I'm a freak.
The commercial. Because they got a different voiceover actor.
Barry White or
Whoever that was like, can't get enough of your love, baby.
That's
and they're
Barry
like,
White,
he's
baby.
back, Markel. Like, it was I thought that was really funny. It was well played by Bachelor in Paradise.
All right, so live and learn, and if he doesn't end up falling in love, maybe he'll be the Bachelor next season. It would be like a year of Markel.
You get a cookie, and you get a cookie, and Markel's back to find his little sugar mama.
Give
I don't
him
know.
Brad Womack a run for his money.
There you go.
All right, so now we can move on. And Cathy, you alluded to something great here with Marcus. And my thing was, and I already forgot. I'm so tired right now.
He had one line that I really liked. He said, "If you love somebody, tell them every day." I thought that was. He's just like he was a class act tonight, and you could tell he was hurt, kind of like Cathy said, like he was.
So he's not over Andi.
I think he probably was most of the way, but a lot of feelings came back when he saw the little montage.
That's one of
around the
those things
guys.
where it's so easy to say you're over an ex, and then the first time that you see them after
like,
the breakup, that's
tough.
tough.
So I think he was probably doing pretty well until that night.
Here's the thing, though. Is it that he was just a victim of the fishbowl scenario of
I'm sure
romance
he was,
and
and
steroids?
he didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
And now he knows. It's like it's so funny. Your first season on Bachelor, and when you move on to the other franchises, or if you move on to another season, or you already know now how it goes. That first season, it really knocks you on your booty, like it did Marcus and Markel.
Yeah.
And so oh boy, I can't wait to see what happens to Marcus.
And Chris.
Oh, well, should we move on to Chris then?
No, we can talk about Marcus.
Well, no. And I was just going to add, lastly, on him that it could also be Cathy, I think you've brought it up on other seasons about like a bruised ego.
Oh, completely. He said that. He said when he was in the limo, he said it because it was, due to his bruised ego.
Okay, so it is
Why
that
he wanted to
romantic.
take it back.
So was it true love? Because you said bruised ego, romance on steroids.
I think that he cared about her. I don't know that he was in love with her.
Agreed.
Could have been lust.
Infatuation.
Infatuation.
Yeah.
I don't want to say lust, but
Yeah,
Danny,
more
better word.
infatuation.
Because of the moment. So,
Yeah.
all right. So we'll see what happens to him. But let's move on to America. Hot farmer,
Chris,
All
Iowa.
right. I get this vibe that he feels like no matter what, when you saw him tonight, more than ever, I'm going to take care of you.
He seemed very confident tonight.
He did, and there's got to be a reason for that confidence. I even liked the way Chris introduced him. Like, it made us all remember how much we love him even more. Like, he goes, I don't get it. I don't get it. Chris Harrison, I don't get it. And he kept repeating that. And I thought they set the table really well.
Yeah. And the fact that they kept bringing up the fact, and I want to ask you guys this one. Andi said that Chris's family was her favorite. So what does that mean if she picks Nick or Josh? Like, what's going to go down with their family?
I felt bad for Marcus sitting right next to him.
Why so?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, I was gonna say this about it too. The edit that they showed of like his highlight kind of made Chris look awesome and Andi look kind of like a snot. Just in the edit. Like,
Not as awesome. Okay.
not as awesome. She's not, but the edit kind of was like, oh, we love Chris. Andi, why didn't you pick him? Like,
Yeah.
it kind of
They
made
do that
us-
every season,
But
though.
it kind of like that's what it said. As people are saying on Twitter too.
So it's the total Bachelor edit for future Bachelor.
It's because you want
put-
to get excited for the next round.
Yeah.
It's crazy how fast we're going, like, having Bachelor in Paradise,
Yeah.
and then, like, immediately after, they start filming The Bachelor, so...
It's a constant machine.
Like, we will know, I feel like, by the end of Bachelor in Paradise, who the next Bachelor is officially. I still feel like it's Chris.
I think it's Chris. I think for me it was between Chris and Markel, but obviously it's not Markel now. Well,
Yeah.
pretty sure it's not going to be Markel because he's on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's going to be Josh or Nick, so... I don't know who else it would be if it's not Chris.
They could pull from a
Martin?
past season.
Yeah, or a random.
Brad
never do
Womack again.
Third time's a charm. Can you imagine the promos on ABC?
And then we've already talked about Ketra and whatnot.
Can we
so-
just talk about how she... I'm just going to be honest. Walks up there and I was like, you're like Andi, just a not as attractive version of Andi for me. She was very attractive.
I thought she was
think
beautiful.
Andi is just drop
Yeah.
dead gorgeous. For me, I was like, you're kind of like Andi 2.0, like especially in the romper. Did you guys see Andi's tweet?
I liked
Andi-
her romper.
Yeah, Andi tweeted. She goes, "Did this chick just steal Chris and my romper?" Andi actually tweeted that during the show. I thought that
That's
was really funny. She's very pretty.
I thought she was so cute. I loved that she was from a small town as well. I think that why I think that it was a producer plant is if she had that in her mind when she went to the show, she would have known exactly what questions to ask. And she's like, well, I just wanted to know, do you think you're gonna find someone in a small town?
Yeah, that was.
And then like looked around, like wasn't really sure. Like if she had it in her mind that she was gonna approach Chris at the mental health, she would be like, so I want to know,
Yeah, that's true.
would you be interested in dating a girl like me?
Like, mwah.
Or what if they invite her back if he gets picked as the Bachelor?
Oh, I want to know if they go on a date. He got her number.
on a post-it note.
So old school.
Well, 'cause they-
you can't have. Fun fact: you cannot bring cell phones into a mental all taping.
Nope.
Yep.
They make you check them at the door, and they have security.
You can't even bring them in your socks or your underwear.
I think one of our friends did though.
We're not saying names. Okay, so let's move on to the Bachelorette, Andi,
Andi
who
Dorfman.
to me seemed like she was it was like a firing squad. That first segment with her, every guy they moved on to next guy.
Yeah.
I have why didn't you pick me? Not why didn't you pick me, but I'm trying to let me read
It
what.
was very fast. Yeah.
Did you hear that point? I did like when she was like, I think I kind of liked it when she was like, I'm sorry. She's like, I feel like I need to say sorry. And she goes, I'm sorry. And she's like looking at the guys.
Yeah.
But that's what you signed up for, everybody.
Yeah.
I just thought it was just like one after the other.
Yeah.
You're beating her down. I mean,
She handled it well. I think that there was probably more that we didn't see. I loved when she addressed Markel. She's like, "My little cookie monster."
I would pay money to see the unedited version of the whole night.
You don't have to. You just have to get a ticket.
No, but I want
They're
to see
free.
this whole night.
I know.
yeah, because it takes
You could've
hours.
gotten a ticket.
It takes how many hours did it
Stop
take,
it with the
Cathy?
ticket. I want to watch it on my TV.
How long is the actual?
We were there for like 5 hours the one
Jeez.
season that we went.
Yeah, it's long.
I would love to see like all of it.
And there was probably a segment of another bachelor they interviewed
Yeah,
that we didn't
usually
see.
they do that.
Who do you guys think it would have been? Cody?
Cody or Craig?
Maybe Cody. Yeah, probably
Or
Cody.
Brian. Could have been Brian.
Or Craig?
The drunk Craig?
How he was ousted and maybe he
I'm
didn't
sure
say
they
enough.
asked him a question or two.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would probably say Cody just because he's on the show that they're trying to promote right now.
Or Brian. I could see Brian, the basketball coach.
Brian would be good.
Yeah. So
America loved him.
anything else? So moving on to Andy's with lie detector gate. Okay.
Well, I want to talk about the different people. First of all, I want to talk about Cody's shirt. I
missed it.
It was a denim shirt, but then it had denim on the shirt. It was like a denim on denim. I've never seen
Like denim tuxedo?
No, it was a
was just
denim shirt
denim.
with denim shoulder pads.
Yeah.
It's like denim on
Different denim
You are
colors.
so fashion police. I love it.
I just noticed it. It stuck out.
I wanted to talk about how they said that it was a speed dating round for
Chris
Petra and Chris, and they make it seem like it's going to be 2-3 minutes, but really, we know, or from experience in reality shows, like that break is, could be 10, 16, 20 minutes long.
They let them have another shot in the green room.
Also, I have to be honest, I feel like I saw more of Dylan's personality tonight than I did on the show.
Yeah.
He was funny, like the hand sanitizer thing.
Yeah.
He made some good points. Then when they showed the bloopers and he was like dancing and laughing, I feel like I got to know Dylan.
That's what happens every single season is they cast these guys that are amazing and they're funny and they're smart and whatever else, and you only get to see 30 seconds of
And
them
that
every
goes to show
episode.
you, like, I mean, he even had a one-on-one though, and I just feel like I saw way more of his personality.
We said that. We said that during the season.
It's an edit.
The story,
Yeah.
the tragedy in his
Yeah.
life, but there was so much more to him that we just don't get to see.
And Marcus slept more than 20 women.
Okay, let's talk about that. Sure, is that a bad thing? Because everyone, he's what, 25, and you do the quick math. Let's say he became sexually active
since he was 5 years old.
That is not a bad thing.
No, let's say he started at 18. He slept with 2-3 women a year, and he's an attractive, very attractive man.
2.2 women a year.
Yes, carry the one, not the lowercase j. So he was it such a bad thing? Yes or no?
Why did he lie about it?
Good point, Cathy Kelley.
Well, let's talk about this.
Okay.
Let's talk about these lies situation. If I'm Andy, I'm skipping Marcus. I'm talking about the lies that she didn't want to know. If I'm Andy, and I know one of the last two guys, one of them has told me 2 lies, and I know that they lied, why would you not want to know the lie?
And one lie could change her opinion. Chris Harrison said one lie you might want to know.
Yeah. So, can we talk about this? Josh Murray tweeted tonight, "My full name is Joshua, not Josh. Lie 1.
Oh.
I always wash my hands after the bathroom except when I play golf and I go in the woods because there's no sink.
Well,
Lie 2, thumbs up."
I will just say this. When
Nice.
when I play golf, which is often, there are always bathrooms along the course. So unless he's playing golf and then running over to go in the woods while he's playing golf, if that's what he means,
Depends on the place where you're playing golf.
well, then he's playing at bad courses, because most courses you at least have a porta potty every couple holes.
Yeah.
But I get what he's saying. I thought that actually was kind of funny. It has
we believe-
1,631 favorites, so obviously people thought it was funny.
Do we believe that those are the 2 lies? I feel like if you're in the moment and like Josh versus Joshua is your real name, like that's not something that it would spike my heart rate.
Yeah, no, it's spike
to
my heart
lie
rate.
about.
I think maybe one of them is accurate, but I feel like Josh is overall
He
really
probably
honest
doesn't
guy.
know which ones are.
Agreed. I don't think he knows. I think if Andy knows that somebody lied, she chooses to trust them. She's saying, I choose to trust you, yet I know you lied. It's a for sure fact that you lied.
She lied too.
Yeah, but I'm saying if I knew that somebody lied, I would want to know.
So you're not a trustworthy person.
No, the other person's not. They lied, and it's on a lie detector.
It all comes to a head on
you're not
tonight's
trusting.
Bachelorette
You're not
episode between
trusting.
Cathy and Danny.
I would kind of want to know.
Thank you. Okay, you
I
want to
mean,
know, especially when Chris says one of them is something I'd want to know if I were you.
That was.
I'd be like, open that manila envelope up and let's.
I want to know the questions that it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find out if...
But it could have been something stupid like, oh, his real name's not Josh, it's Joshua. Because they always do those stupid things. Like with the Chris Harrison on the freaking ultrasound.
That's what I'm saying. Chris was really playful tonight, too, so...
You told Andy she was pregnant.
Yeah. And then did you see what she tweeted to like confirm that she's not? It was her holding a glass of wine when she was watching the show
Well, that
tonight.
doesn't really confirm anything other than you could be a bad parent.
Oh my gosh, is it midnight already here? I have a feeling, but...
I would have rather her tweeted a picture of an ultrasound and be empty.
And it'd be an empty womb.
There we go. All right. We've really...
We've derailed. I don't even know.
I don't think we've derailed. We've just really analyzed the hell out of every single second on the show tonight.
I know.
So, and I'm sure we've missed something. They'll let us know. So,
I cannot wait for next week.
Yeah, so let's get into that. Should we do a little news and gossip? Do we have anything for this week? Or
that was my news and gossip.
I have one.
Oh, Danny with news and gossip? Yes! News never looks so pretty than with Danny.
It's not news, it's more of just a little fun fact. It's something I saw tonight. The Bachelorette official Twitter handle tweeted out. They said, tweet to retweet, or they tweeted, retweet if it's Josh, favorite if she picks Nick. As of 10:42, there were 1,419 retweets for Josh and only 279 favorites for Nick.
What?
That was as of 10:42. That is almost exactly 700% more for Josh than Nick.
Damn.
From Bachelorette
Start calling
Nation.
you stats. Nice. Wow, 7-1. All right.
That's as of 10:42, so over an hour ago.
So, and that was our news and gossip, Ben. That's all we got. That's all we got.
That's all I got, guys.
Because this could be the longest prediction ever. Kathy's like saying what?
And now,
because
your AfterBuzz TV.
I want a well thought out. I'm gonna bring this up. State your case on who Andi picks, if she picks anyone, or if they pick her.
State my case.
Yeah. Or state because it's pretty obvious unless one of you guys change your opinion, who you believe Andy's gonna pick.
Is that obvious? I don't know who Danny
Kathy.
thinks that she's gonna pick.
Come on, people have been watching. I watched the show.
No, I know.
So, I'm just saying. So
I'm just gonna say there's still a lot of Team Nick out there.
Danny thinks it's Nick. I think it's Josh.
So state your case, Danny or
You go first.
Okay.
Here's my thing. They've shown this a lot of times, and if they've shown as much as they've shown, I feel like there's probably even more that they haven't shown. Andy's doubt. And just like we see in American judicial systems and in the world in general, doubt is such a huge part of the human mind when you make decisions. Reasonable doubt, doubt in general, just straight up doubt. And she has a doubt about Josh. A huge glaring doubt. He's so good, but I'm not 100% sure, and I worry about the things that I don't know. She says this all the time.
Were we not talking earlier about how the people that you're intrigued by but you're not sure of are the ones that you actually want in the end? The people who you know everything about and you're like, oh, this is great. You're like, oh, well, yeah, they're my second choice. But the person that you're intrigued about and you don't know if they like you is the one that you want in the end.
Damn it, she's using my pre-show. We have pre-show private conversation. She's using it against me.
I love it. That was fantastic. Great point.
I win. I picked Josh because I have eyeballs and I can see that Andi and him are perfect for each other.
Listen, I think they're great for each other too. I would like for her to pick Nick. I think Nick is a great guy. I think Nick has a lot of fantastic qualities. I think they would make a great couple, and I'm just not sure about Josh. Not that he's done anything to show me. Josh seems like a fantastic guy. It does seem too good to be true. It seems like it's a lot of fun and games and whatever, but I feel like she's gonna get bored with him quickly because I kind of did.
Wow. Okay.
So that's my only thing. Not that there's anything wrong with him.
Maybe you just got bored with his edit because he's actually really funny outside of the show. I don't know.
Oh yeah, how was it when you guys had drinks and hung out and you knew? I'm just kidding. It's just with the edit.
You talk about Nick like you know him.
Look, I know him this much, and I feel like I just feel like he's a good guy.
Oh, I think they're both great guys.
I just feel like he's a really good guy.
Who's right for Andi?
Josh.
She even
said it. She said it on the show tonight in an old clip that they used from the first night. She's like, he is my type. He is good looking. He is an athlete. He is funny. He is smart. He is charismatic. He lives in Atlanta.
Look, I've had Nick's back all season. I'm not gonna abandon that ship now. I'm all for Team
Danny
Nick.
hates admitting when he's wrong.
You know what? And if I'm wrong, I will admit it. It's fine. And you know what? Most importantly, Andy's happy, and that's the most important. Let's focus on that here. It's not about us being Most important thing
No,
is that Andy
no.
is happy at the end of this. However,
You don't care about Andy's happiness. You care more about being right.
if Andy, you know what I care about more? If Andy was single, because then I would have an actual shot. I'm just kidding. No, you know what? It's totally joking. I'm not gonna abandon ship. I'm still Team Nick.
Okay, one more thing.
Yeah.
What did the letter say between Chris and
God.
Andy?
I think it's a lot of
That's
feelings.
scary.
I think Nick wrote it.
Okay, I've been siding with Cathy most of the season. I really have. Josh is just it's to me it's similar to Ryan and Trista season 1. That easy. It was that easy. I just think he just separates himself from the pack.
Ali Roberto.
Just something there, boom.
Yeah.
I think they've even had to edit stuff so we don't see just how awesome their connection is.
Might be right.
But
This might be the biggest butt we've seen.
yes, because with what you opened with,
I didn't mean that with that pun.
I'm 5.
with what you opened with, Danny, the fact that it's been leaning so much one way, I would be disappointed. And then this is not about love. This is about just salacious good TV.
That would be such a swerve.
Yes, and it's called Jason and Molly and Melissa Rycroft.
I feel like it's more of a Brad Womack second season with Emily, where it was so obviously Emily the entire time, and it was Emily at the end.
To make up for possibly even Juan Pablo? Because Chris was still digging at him now, and I'm like, let it go, let it go.
Let it go.
But that's why I'm torn, because it's just so easy for it to be Josh.
Yeah.
And what if because Chris did allude to the fact that it's going to be, we're going to be surprised, slightly, somewhat, I hope. I'm just really grasping for straws because I really want something to happen.
Yeah.
They always say it's going to be a surprise.
It would be so much, there would be so much conversation about it if it happened.
But Danny, to your point, Andy did say something. I wrote it down. She said her connection with Nick was a once-in-a-lifetime connection. So does that mean it's a twice-in-a-lifetime connection with Josh?
Well, it was...
Whoa, that was a greatly phrased question, by the way.
Once in a lifetime that she would have the connection with him, but she has a even better once-in-a-lifetime connection.
One that lasts in the afterlife.
Why would producers let us hear that?
Yeah.
Because
Hey,
wouldn't that like kind of take a little bit off of Andy?
So
Hashtag
one
Team
of the
Nick.
things is when Andy was in Nick's hometown, she explained to his sister that there are multiple connections that you can have. She has a mental connection with Nick.
that was to Bella. That was little Bella that she had that conversation.
Yeah.
So we have such a good mental connection.
Nick's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling people right now.
What are we? What are we doing?
So she said that you can have
bad.
emotional, you can have mental, you can have, she lists off all the things. So maybe she has a really great mental connection with Nick, but she has an everything else connection.
Oh, gee. That must make Josh feel really good.
And that goes to my point that while Josh is great on a lot of things, you would get bored if there's no mental connection. That's what lasts forever.
I think I have platonic guy friends that I have a great mental connection with that I wouldn't date.
Okay.
Once-in-a-lifetime connection, though. Once-in-a-lifetime connection. I'm leaving it at
such
that.
a strong ship.
Right there.
I'm gonna hang out on that ship.
You better.
Yeah.
So.
You're shipping them.
Yeah, I'm shipping her and Josh.
All right.
I'm buying.
Wait. You just said that you're.
No, I'm shipping, like shipping off.
No,
like shipping off and
Get us outta
forget
here.
about
Look
it.
at Urban Dictionary. If you ship someone, you are positive about their relationship.
Oh no, I
you
mean
are.
like shipping, like sail that. Forget about it.
No.
I'm talking about a sailboat where I forget about
Do
it.
you not know any slang right now?
No, I don't
That's
hang
what
out on the
all
Urban
teenage girls talk
Dictionary.
about.
With that said,
What teenage
ship
girls are you
them.
hanging out with?
the lovely Cathy Kelley.
Catherine.
Where can we find
Sorry.
you, Cathy Kelley?
You can find me on Twitter
With
at
Teenage
Catherine
Girl.
Kelley and on Instagram at Cathy Kelley. You can find him with Teenage Girls in Santa Monica.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right, that was uncalled for. They're usually 25 and up. You can find me on Twitter
Usually.
at Danny Hoyt and on Instagram at Danny Hoyt. And right after the show, you can find me.
Punching me.
No, I would never hit a girl.
And I'm
Never.
JC Rubio TV at Instagram and Twitter.
I don't know what's going on right now.
It's the end of the show tonight, guys. So for Danny, Cathy, Benjineer, I'm JC. Can't wait for next week. Bachelor in Paradise. In 2 weeks.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
I have a question.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.